Hey. As you can see in the title, road rage. It happens to everyone. Didn't think it was gonna happen to me. Wasn't my road rage. I mean, I do have my road rage. Ask my girlfriend, ask my family. If you cut me off, I'm yelling. I'm not the guy to get out of the car though and start the fight like, hey, you cut me off, I'm throwing my dog at you kind of thing. It ain't gonna happen. I'm not that guy. I mean, I might give you the bird, like, hey, get out of here, you. But it's not my thing. So let's paint a picture. Paint the picture. So it's my stepmom's birthday, and me and my dad take her out to breakfast at Black Bear Diner. Nice little spot here in town. Okay, we'll get a little detail about that later. I'm not a big fan of the food, but it's all right. So we have breakfast there. I'm like, all right, Dad, I'll see you at your place. He drove his work truck. I drove my car. My dad takes off a minute or two before me. I'm fiddling on my phone, doing something. I'm like, all right, let's bounce. Let's go now. So I start driving, and in the video, if you can see it right now, I end up pulling out of the parking lot. The light's like kind of green, I think. The light is green. I'm heading out, and so I'm in a straight line, and this truck takes a wide turn and almost very closely almost hits the front of my car. So like I do, like every other person would do, throw up your hands like, come on, man, come on, the famous gesture, right? Well, apparently that did not go so well with the driver and the passenger sitting right behind the driver, because they got really upset. And as you can see from right here, right there, the passenger behind the driver rolls down his window, starts yelling very vulgar items. I'm glad there's no audio, because then you would hear him just say some brutal stuff about me and my car, my skin tone, and my hair, my beard, calling me some really messed up stuff. So, some racial stuff out there. You throw it out there, you can just make it in as you go. Dirty person kind of thing. So they get out of the car, as soon as, before they get out of the car, you can see them yelling right here, point of view. They stop yelling. The light turns green. So I'm like, cool, I'm going. Light's green. My temper's already at, like, all right, whatever. I give them the, can't do nothing about it. Like, whatever, guy. Got my hand on my wheel. I'm like, whatever. Light's green, I'm going. So I'm like, I'm out. I start moving forward a little bit. Wheels start turning. Then this guy, it's like, no, you're not going nowhere. As you can see, he then accelerates his vehicle and cuts me off. When he does that, he's now blocked me in, ladies and gentlemen. I can't go forward. I can't go backwards, because you can see there's a vehicle behind me. So at that point, I'm now trapped. I mean, I could get out of my car and just run that way, 100 miles an hour. I'm not going to abandon my car. And then it becomes a carjacking. What if they want my car? They probably don't. They just want to beat my butt, right? So I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. They blocked me off. I'm like, here we go. They're going to start yelling. They started doing some dumb stuff. So I was like, here we go. I don't want to deal with this. So immediately after this happened, this all happens in moments. To me, it felt like forever, because you go from being like, okay, I'm cool, I'm safe in my car, to a quick amped up situation. Your heart starts pounding. You don't know what's going to happen. So to me, it felt a lot longer, but the situation, as you can see, plays out way quicker, and I'm glad I kept my cool during this situation. So driver jumps out immediately. Boom. Crosses your screen right now. Oh my God, he almost had me. Boom. Same exact time, the driver's side passenger jumps out of his vehicle. So now I have one person to my front, one person to my back. At this time, you want to stay really calm. Super calm. Because we always, as an American citizen, always pack heat. That's right. My Urban Carry 3 carries my weapon on me at all times. In my hip. So yes, I did have my gun on me, my concealed carry. CCW, I'm legally allowed to carry it in the state of California and Kern County. I have all my paperwork always on me at all times. Never carry a weapon unless you are properly licensed, authorized to, and properly trained. So with that out of the way, I do have my gun on me at this point in time. So I do stay level-headed, and thank goodness I did, because at this time, both gentlemen are now approaching my car door, and I'm at a disadvantage. So instead of being at a disadvantage, drawing my weapon out and just pointing it at him, like, yo, get back kind of thing, I could have done that at that point in time. I was in fear of my life, and I told myself that, I'm scared. They're not very big dudes. So in my mind, I'm like, let's go to work. Like Loki did, dropped his toy. I stand up. As you can see, I exit my vehicle. when I do exit my vehicle, I do take an intimidating stance. I'm like, yo, back up, bro. And I throw my dog out of the way. So at that point in time, I'm like, get back in your truck, sir. Get back in your truck. I do have my hand on my hip, all right? Because that's where my gun is. I'm going to be able to lift my shirt, draw my weapon if need be. When I step out of the vehicle, immediately my would-be attackers, would-be aggressors, back up. They start fleeing back to their truck. As you can see, immediately they go back to their truck. Mind you, my brother said it was my stance, my tone. Maybe it was just the way they didn't think I was going to stand up. I was twice their size pretty much. These dudes don't look that intimidating. However, they felt confident enough in the numbers 2-on-1 to step out of their vehicle and approach me in an aggressive manner. Now, mind you, I could have just pulled it out and been like, what's up? You ready? You ready for the gun? No. Kept my calm. I was like, hey, let's not do this. Get back in your vehicle. My dog wants to go outside and play, but we're not doing that right now. Do that in a minute. So, don't be rude. It's his toy. He loves it. At that point in time, I was like, get back in your vehicle, sir. You don't want any of this. You don't want to do this. You don't want to do this. Immediately, rude. So the two females in their truck, I'm assuming they're girlfriends, they're wives. They're not lookers, all right? I mean, they are... We're just going to be nice and say they're just not lookers. So one of them yells, he's got a gun! And immediately, I never drew my weapon. You can see in the video, I never draw it. I never even pull it out or show a piece of it, because at that point it's considered brandishing a weapon. And I'll brandish my weapon at you, good sir. So at that point in time, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna get my car and leave. And they're like, no, you're not. And the guy in the back seat, he starts threatening me. He can't hear any of this audio. He's like, you're not going nowhere, punk. I got a gun too. Now I'm concerned. He threatened me with the gun. I never even said I had a gun. I had my hand on my hip. You can't see it. The concealed carry. All they can see is simply this little flippity flap. They can't even see the little magnet holster. This is all deep concealed carry. Can't see it at all. Let me demonstrate. In you go. Can't see it. All they could see, if anything, would have been this little flap. And I never drew my weapon up. So all they saw was me simply do this. Hey, get back in your vehicle. So that point, I feel like I've gained so much weight, mate. You're so chunky now. I know, it's disgusting. Besides my body weight and me body shaming myself. So that's what happened. That's exactly what went down. They start yelling, they start screaming. They're like, hey, we're gonna follow you. And now I'm truly intimidated. Saying you're gonna follow someone, and then the words that came out of their mouth was like, I'm gonna follow you home, then shoot you there. At that point in time, I was like, I'm done playing this game. Pulled out my phone, dialed 911. Immediately gave a great description. I was like, two Hispanic females, two Hispanic males. The Hispanic males have me pinned in. I cannot go forward, backwards, left or right. And I was just on the phone, very, very detailed. I was like, this is their vehicle make and model. This is what I can get off their plate. And I'm currently being followed. So at that point in time, they heard me on the phone. They moved forward, like a little bit out of the way. And they're, we're gonna wait for the cops too. I'm not waiting for the cops. You've already threatened to shoot me, engaged in an argument with me. I'm like, I'm just gonna drive to the police station. So I start driving to the police station. We're not even that far, we're like 4 or 5 blocks away. They start following me, like straight up on my tail, accelerating. All right, cool, I got it, you're behind me. And then when they saw that I literally pulled up to the police department, they took off. 911 dispatch was really awesome. They're like, Miss Sir, what can we help you with? Please come directly to the police department. I let them know, immediately let them know what the situation was, how it played out. And I was like, hey, I do have my concealed carry on me. I'm heading to the police department. I would love for a police officer to meet me outside. She's like, please leave your gun in the car if you're going to enter the building, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, no one got hurt, which is fantastic because I would have laid them out if it was 1-on-1, but it was 2-on-1 and I was a scaredy cat. So, I mean, yeah, I could talk a big game and say how I'll fight you 1-on-1. I don't want to fight anyone. I'm very peaceful when it comes to that aspect. If you're going to go ahead and threaten me, like, hey, I'll fight you right now, punk. If you're not already actively engaging, destroying, harming, or injuring someone I love, I'm not going to do anything. I'm like, hey, you know what, guy? I'm out. I had nothing to deal with you. You're not doing anything. You're not robbing me. You're not hitting my car. Nothing happened. So I wanted to walk away. They continued to pursue me, and that's why I decided to get help from local law enforcement. Always carry a gun on with you, because crazy stuff does happen here in Bakersfield, California, anywhere really. If you're legally allowed to do it, carry it. That's just my standpoint on carrying a weapon. Be smart with it. Have insurance, liability insurance. I have liability insurance for my weapon, so if need be, if I would have drawn my weapon like, hey, step back, I mean, local law enforcement could have arrested me for brandishing a weapon immediately in the state in Bakersfield, California. I would have been arrested. However, my insurance covers me with a lawyer, and I would have immediately said, hey, I want a lawyer. I'm not talking to. I would be gladly to help police officers with anything, any questions they may have in front of my lawyer. Always be willing, and always be the first one to call 911, because that is what gets you out of being the aggressor. I was indeed the first to call. Immediately called 911. I was like, hey, this is what's going on. I do have my concealed carry. I'm being pursued by 2 Hispanic males, 2 Hispanic females in a silver Chevy Silverado. You guys saw it in the video. That's that one. They're Raider fans. And as much as I kind of like the Raiders, this really upset me. I was like, man, your community, you guys are pretty mean and aggressive for no reason. Whatever. I still root for the Raiders. Sometimes when my team's not on. LA Rams all day, every day. But you know what? It's not, obviously has nothing to do with the NFL. But still, just be careful, guys. It does get crazy out there. This video is not very long. I'm not going to drag it out for 30 minutes. I just wanted to show you guys what happened. This is a basic day for me. That just, out of nowhere, road rage, people screaming, people cussing at me, calling me mean names, calling me just racial slurs. And I was just like, hey, calm it down. I'm done with you. So you know what, if they do see this video and they are here in Bakersfield, California, just know you kind of did this to yourself. I didn't put your name in this, so you really can't have no problem. You can't really tell me to take it down either. And plus, I let both of them know, all 4 of them know, that they were being recorded. I pointed to my car and said, that's a Tesla right there. That thing records 360 degrees, and you are on camera. So at this point in time, I have informed my people that they are being recorded. And so I'm not putting their names on here. Whatever. There's some kind of little bylaws that, whatever. If this video gets taken down, it gets taken down. Thought it was something fun. That was basically a Tuesday for me. So, yeah. Hey.